to my podcast, Love and Courageous. I'm the host, Demetrius, and for today's episode, I'll be speaking about municipal election. A municipal election is a local election held within cities, towns, and even villages. During the municipal elections, residents typically vote on office holders who are mayors, city council members, and aldermen. District representatives, such as fire and ambulance district officials, school board members, and college board trustees, and ballot measures, local issues such as bond measures, tax increases, and decisions on annexation. Local officials are the ones that make decisions on local services such as public works, waste collection, police departments, and zoning. Municipal elections are often held on different cycles than states and even federal elections. Some municipal elections are held in odd number years. Now, there are some states where they run in even numbers. So it just depends on what state you live in, and you will have to research on when your municipal election is being held. There are some states that already had their municipal election this year, but there are some that are coming up, and so I'm going to list the states that have a municipal election coming up on November the 4th. So Arizona, California, Georgia, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, North Carolina, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Washington. And the municipal election, it do vary from city to town, so make sure that you check your state boards of election and also local county or city board of election website. Know when your city or town is holding theirs. But that's all that I have to say, and now I'm going to get into the Black History Fact. So the Black History Fact for today will be about Thomas Shipp, Abram Smith, and James Cameron. On August the 7th, 1930, a white mob used crowbars and hammers to break into the Grant County Jail in Marion, Indiana, to lynch 3 young black boys who had been arrested earlier that afternoon after being accused of murdering a white man and sexual impropriety against a white woman. That afternoon, word of the charges against 3 young black men spread, and a growing mob of angry white residents gathered outside the Grant County Jail. Around 9:30 p.m., the mob attempted to rush the jail and was repelled by tear gas. An hour later, members of the mob successfully barreled past the sheriff and 3 deputies, grabbed Thomas Shipp and Abram Smith from their cells as a prey and dragged them into the street. There were a total between 5,000 and 10,000 people in the crowd. The crowd cheered while the mob beat, tortured, and hanged Thomas Shipp and Abram Smith, who were both 19 years old, from the trees in the courthouse yard, brutally murdering them both without the benefit of trial or legal proof of guilt. As the bodies of Thomas Shipp and Abram Smith remained suspended above the crowd, members of the mob re-entered the jail and grabbed 16-year-old James Cameron, another black boy accused of being involved in the crime. The mob beat the teenager severely and was preparing to hang him alongside the others. But when a member of the crowd intervened and said he was innocent, James was released. The brutalized bodies of Thomas Shipp and Abram Smith were hanged from trees in the courthouse yard and kept there for hours as a crowd of white men, women, and even children grew by thousands. Public spectacle lynchings in which large crowds of white people, often numbering in thousands, gathered to witness and participate in pre-planned heinous killings that featured prolonged torture, mutilation, dismemberment, or even burning the victim were common during this time. When the sheriff cut the ropes off the corpse, the crowd rushed forward to take parts of the men's bodies as souvenirs before finally dispersing. The NAACP, who was enraged by the lynching, traveled to Marion to investigate and later provided the U.S. Attorney General with the names of 27 people that were believed to have participated. Even though the lynching was photographed and mob members were clearly visible, local residents claimed not to recognize anyone in the picture. Charges were finally brought against the leaders of the mob, but all white juries acquitted them, despite this overwhelming evidence. Now, the black boy that survived, James Cameron, was tried for murder, convicted of being an accessory, and served 4 years in prison. The alleged assault victim later testified that she had not been raped. After James Cameron was released, he founded 4 NAACP chapters in Indiana, authored hundreds of essays on civil rights in a 1982 memoir, and on Juneteenth 1988 opened America's Black Holocaust Museum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to document the African American struggle. One of his quotes said, "I can forgive, but I can never forget." That's why I started this museum. James Cameron was pardoned by the state of Indiana in 1993 and passed away in 2006. So that is all for today. Thank you everyone for listening to my podcast, and I hope you all have a lovely day.